So we have just learned this morning that there was a missile attack near the U.S. consulate in Iraq. Now, nobody was hurt. There was no fatalities. But the problem is Iran is claiming responsibility. This is now putting the United States even closer to a potential war with Iran. Now, I want to break down what's going on here, why Iran is claiming responsibility for this attack, what they actually attacked, and what this means moving forward. All I ask is one thing, and it takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So one of the things that we have been warned with over the past few months is if this war between Israel and Hamas gets extended and it keeps on going and going and going, the problem is it's going to pull more people in. That's exactly what it has done. This war between Israel and Hamas has lasted more than 100 days. I believe we're at 102 days as of today. The problem with this is it's dragging more people into this conflict. Now, here's what's happening. Iran is claiming responsibility for a blast near the U.S. consulate in Iraq. Says no American facilities or nationals were hit in the ballistic missile attack. Now, this was near the U.S. consulate. This was not at the U.S. consulate. Now, I want to show you some pictures really quick. Look at this. Here's one picture. Here's another one. Okay? This obviously took out the majority of this building. Now, why is Iran claiming responsibility and who was actually hit? Well, let's read a little bit of this. It says right here, multiple explosions were reported near the U.S. consulate in the Iraqi city of Erbil, with Iran's Revolutionary Guard claiming responsibility. They were claiming responsibility for missile attacks on what they claimed was an Israeli spy headquarters. This would be Mossad. Okay? So they are attacking the Israeli spy headquarters, not the U.S. consulate. But the concern, especially moving forward, is we have multiple consulates around the world. And the concern is, what if one of these countries attacks our consulate, attacks U.S. soil, right? That's the concern, because a small miscalculation, a misunderstanding, could cause a potential war. Let's keep reading. It says ballistic missiles were used to destroy espionage centers and gatherings of anti-Iranian terrorist groups in the region late tonight. Okay? Down here it says Tehran also struck sites in Syria on Monday night, claiming it was targeting Islamic State militants in retribution of recent terror attacks in Iran. Now I want to show you where Erbil is. Okay? I want to show you this really quick. Look at this. So here it is. This is Iraq right here. You can see it all outlined. All right. Here's Baghdad. Erbil is clear up here. All right. So you can see how far north it actually is. Okay. There it is. That's Erbil. This is where the attacks took place. Okay. Now, what does this mean moving forward? Well, here's what I can tell you. We are going to see this war between Israel and Hamas. This is going to be, this is going to widen very quickly. It's been over 100 days since this war first began, since October 7th. What we now know is that Israel is not going to stop until Hamas is out. Hamas has to end before Israel will stop attacking. More than 50% of Gaza has been demolished. It's gone, right? Flattened. It's a problem. But now Hamas is hiding behind civilians and hostages. That's what they're doing. This is making it much harder for Israel to go and pretty much clear out the rest of Hamas in Gaza. So, what's going to happen now? Well, these attacks from Israel are still going to continue. And as these attacks continue, we're going to see the Yemen Houthis attack ships in the Red Sea. we're going to see these other Iraqi or Iranian militant groups. They're going to continue to attack Israel as well. This is not just Hamas. This is also Hezbollah. Hezbollah is attacking Israel on the other side. And so that's turning into an issue as well. Now, what does this mean for the American people? Well, I want to read you one thing really quick. Okay? The reason I want to read you this is because this is why Iraq is calling for withdrawal of U.S. forces. Okay? Right here it says, Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani called for withdrawal of coalition troops last week after a U.S. strike took out an Iran-backed militia leader in Baghdad. The continued presence of these troops, mostly U.S. forces, is controversial, not just because of the violence that has broken out in Iraq in the wake of the war between Israel and Hamas, but because both sides have hidden agendas. The ambiguity caused by these agendas was in a convenient balance until the Gaza conflict began, but now pressures primarily domestic but also international may force change. So, pretty much saying what everyone else already knows, that the United States has a hidden agenda. Is the United States just trying to back Israel and just because they are our closest ally in the Middle East? No. There's a hidden agenda behind it. There's always a hidden agenda. It's never what it seems. Do we know what the hidden agenda is? Well, we could guess. Could probably be pretty close. But again, have we been told what this is? No. The United States does this all the time. Now, somebody commented the other day saying that I'm always backing the United States. I'm not seeing both sides of the picture. Now, here's what I can tell you. The reason why I back the United States is because I live in the United States. Okay? I'm a U.S. citizen. That's why I back the United States. Do I believe everything I'm told? Absolutely not. Should you believe everything you're told? Absolutely not. Because what's happening right now, this is also something that many experts have said, this looks like it was planned. Now, I want to show you this as well. Okay? And this kind of gives you another idea of what I mean. But just look at this. It says right here, okay? U.S. ignored warnings about Houthi threat, the Yemeni leader says. All right? Now, according to this statement, look right here, okay? It says the U.S. was warned about the dangers Houthi rebels posed to the Middle East before Israel's war with Hamas, but they didn't do anything, okay? Says Major General, that guy, said he met with American and British officials on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly in September and told them that the Iran-backed militant group was regrouping and rearming during a pause in fighting in its long-running war with coalition led by Saudi Arabia. He says they wrote everything down. Okay? They didn't do anything. That's what they're saying. Now, could I believe this? Yes, absolutely. Because at that time, and keep this in mind, and this is one of the reasons why the Pentagon has been somewhat unhappy with President Biden, is because Pentagon officials have said they've gotten reports, they've gotten statements, they know what's potentially happening, but President Biden does not want to be the first one out of the gate. Doesn't want to be the first one to act on some of this intel. He wants to wait, be patient, because he can't bear the responsibility of him being the one looking like he was the first one to attack. Even though there could be many reports and a lot of intelligence saying that we are going to be attacked and there's a threat, there's an imminent threat to us in the near future. So, that's kind of where we're at. But I just wanted to show you this because some were saying that this was inevitable. This was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen, but we didn't do anything about it. So, as we see these new attacks start to roll in, just understand, some are saying that the United States knows these are coming, but we aren't doing anything about them beforehand because President Biden doesn't want to get his hands dirty, especially in an election year. So that's where we're at this time. As soon as I know more, I promise I'll come on and share all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.